If you could turn back time, what would you tell younger Sarah, your younger self?
Oh, that fear you have of being too much. There is no too much.
Not to be afraid of who you are. It's okay if you're a bookworm. It's okay if you don't quite know society's rules. Be who you choose to be. Don't be afraid and try to follow everybody else's rules.
Love yourself and be confident in who you are.
Just accept people for who they are.
You may feel like you need to impress people or pretend to be somebody that you're not. It doesn't work. They don't believe it anyway. And genuine is always the way to go. It's you can be yourself, and you can shine that way.
I just think that a lot of people care so much about what other people think that it stops them.
You are strong, you are capable. No, it doesn't matter what your ex-husband called you. It doesn't matter what your ex-best friend called you. It doesn't even matter what your current husband that you love calls you, because all of that is noise. And everything else comes from in here. And if I could have just convinced myself 30 or 40 years ago to believe that, it might not have been any easier, but I would have slept better.
Don't hide. Let your light shine. Let people know who you are. And never be afraid of sharing your opinion, your viewpoint, and just really being you.
Trust your intuition. Learn to listen to my intuition and that inner voice instead of waiting 60 years to find it.
We're hardwired and we're primal. And we are still here because of that. Trusting yourself and your instincts.
Be frugal and take care of your body. It's worth it in the long run.
To move my body, to exercise, to run, to learn how to ski, to learn how to swim farther, to just move my body.
Remember that song, the sunscreen song?
First of all, I always say sunscreen, but more importantly, that you are a beautiful person no matter what, and you don't need anybody else's validation.
I am pretty, that I am beautiful, that I'm worthwhile, that I'm loved.
Your body is beautiful, that you don't have to be like anyone else. You don't have to please everybody. To relax. I would say take time to really be in your body.
Relax. Just relax and enjoy life. And don't be so caught up in thinking things need to be a certain way and that you know what's right. Just relax and enjoy what happens.
Not to take life too seriously and to enjoy the moment and not be in such a rush.
Say yes to all of the opportunities that come my way.
Don't be afraid to be bold.
Embrace life. Just take all of the opportunities that come before you. Be safe, but enjoy and just live.
Do the things that you're really, really interested in.
To be flexible and resilient and think about these things as opportunities for pivots.
Don't waste it. Don't put things off. And enjoy every minute that you can.
What do you wish people would understand about being your age?
That it's not too late. I think a lot of women think that even after they turn 40 or 45, that it's too late to switch gears and go in a completely different direction with their life.
Things aren't over, and I'm looking forward to an entire new set of rules to go by.
We're not dead yet. We're still doing things. We're still vital. It's not like grandma.
I'm more alive now than I've ever been. And I have life experience. Let me share it with you.
It's simply a wonderful place to be. There's experiences to be had, and there's a life of experiences to reflect on.
I mean, if you feel like you're 25, be 25.
I didn't realize that I wouldn't grow out of certain things. So until I was in my 50s, I didn't realize that I would still love going to rock concerts, that I love riding motorcycles, that I could still be sexy and get tattoos.
You're only as old as you feel. I seriously feel 40, maybe 35, but I have more energy now at 55 than I did when I was in my 30s and 40s, and I appreciate life.
I feel younger today than I felt 20 years ago because I'm taking my life. You know, I'm in control of my life and I'm happy to be where I am.
Age is a number. I don't feel like I'm approaching my 60s. I wrote that sentence in my book and I thought, ugh, as I approach my 60s, I still feel 18 most of the time.
Every day I'm around people who are 70, 80, 90, and 100, and they're beautiful and they're amazing and they're full of life. And so many people say 50 is old, and it's not.
I'm proud to be 50. I've got the scars to prove it, internal and external. It's led me to the part of my life now to where I can embrace who I am and continue learning and also teaching.
It is weird to be 50. I still feel like I'm 19. And it's only when I look in the mirror that I'm like, woo, who's that girl?
You know, there's this feeling of feeling unseen and unheard, and after a certain threshold, women no longer have any sort of value to society. And so I think a 60-year-old woman has 60 years of experience and all this wisdom, and it's such a beautiful place for me to be now because I've spent my 20s and my 30s and most of my 40s trying to find who I am, and I feel most comfortable now in my 50s.
A lot of freedom can come with being my age. Freedom from expectations of society, freedom from things that I should do. Maybe I don't want to do them. It's very freeing.
You know, my body tells a story of my life, and that I have 4 beautiful children, and they're my pride and joy. And I can't be ashamed of my flaws because they are wonderful.
You don't have to look the age that you are. You don't have to fall into that. I'm in my later 50s, so I'll buy Alfred Dunner and wear elastic pants. Oh gosh. And you know, it's pretty much downhill from here. Everything how you look, you just have to try to accept it and try to find the positive in getting older. Because it is depressing. It's the truth.
You can still go in a number of directions. It's important to do what you can to be healthy, and then you'll have more options about choices you can make, and then you need to keep dreaming and keep moving.
It's hard work. I always say that, you know, if I'd have known it was going to be like this, I would have taken better care of myself. And I suppose that was what I could tell my younger self, but it's not easy. My grandmother, my 90-something-year-old grandmother, before she passed, said, growing old is hard. And I have to agree. Most of us have grown up in a culture where there's all this story about how aging is decline and aging is shrinking up and drying up and disappearing. And my experience, and what I want everyone to know, is that at this age, we have so much wisdom and so much clarity about who we are and what we want. And because we're not raising kids and working, we get to focus on enjoying life and being true to ourselves. And I think lots of things, including sex, just get better and better as we age.
It's like I feel like I'm going uphill and I'm getting better and I'm stronger and I'm happier than I've ever been.
Anything's possible and one can recreate themselves.
We haven't stopped learning. We haven't stopped developing new interests or doing something new. We haven't just stopped. And that
people moving into their later part of lives can live a full life for as long as they can. Some of the most vital people I know are in their 80s.
The person inside me does not necessarily match the person outside. That when you look at somebody my age, you see a 59 or 60 or whatever you think I am. But when I look in the mirror, I'm sometimes surprised by the person I see because the brain and the heart in here are still young. That said, they also carry a lot of experience, and that's good. That's a good thing. I think people need to know that this age and ages after it have value because of what you've been through. The wrinkles, the gray hairs, all the things we look at those are badges, right? They talk my experience for me. And so people at my age, we're not ready to stay down.
We're not done yet.
What trait do you possess that makes you feel the most vibrant?
I think the fact that I'm curious and I'm always wanting to learn about where I am and what I'm doing and about the people around me. Being curious makes me feel really alive.
I'm a visionary and I'm very, very super creative, but I also have a wicked sense of humor. I love to laugh and I don't take myself too seriously.
I'm friendly to people and I always have a lot of funny things to say. I have a good sense of humor.
I think I'm hilarious. So, not everybody else always does, but as long as I enjoy it, I think that's what matters.
My sense of humor, 100%. I'm damn funny and I can crack people up and I use that a lot from the stage. People learn better when they're laughing.
It makes me feel alive to laugh and find humor in things.
Unbridled enthusiasm, like I don't hold back.
I feel that attitude is the key to a happy life.
Truly, it's probably my self-confidence and the lack of caring what others really think about me. I think we all worry to some degree what other people think about us, but I don't allow that to affect me enough to make decisions about what I want to do.
There's a lot of liberation that comes with being your absolute authentic self and not the self that you are as a mother or a sister or an employee or a spouse or a daughter, just being completely yourself without any labels.
It's really being in touch with my body. I've been a very cerebral person my whole life. I'm highly educated. I do a lot of thinking. But what makes me feel alive and vibrant and juicy is being in touch with what's going on in my body and my sensory experience. So really tuning into that.
I feel vibrant when I am outside with my miter saw and my sander and I'm building something with my hands.
My love of movement, I think, keeps me sustainably vital. So, as long as I keep moving and discovering what I can about myself through movement, then that enhances my vitality.
I get to do all these amazing things. I get to go to a gym and I get to lift really heavy weight. I get to go run outside. I get to go play softball. I get to enjoy every aspect of this beautiful world that we live in.
It's this combination of resiliency and very people-centered.
I'm a cancer survivor. I've gone through it and I came out the other side. I'm okay now.
I'm resilient and persistent and work hard to not give up, to keep going, to do my best, to just keep living, make an effort to keep living.
If I can help, I want to help. And I don't want people having to wait on me. I want to be independent.
I feel really energized when I can help people to understand one another and to hear one another.
My love and compassion for other people, that I always have an ear to listen and a heart to love.
I think I'm kind. and I'm genuinely interested in other people.
My kindness, my compassion, it brings out the sparkle in my eye, I suppose, and the caring for others, nurturing, building community, those kinds of things make me feel alive.
The ability to love and feel joy. I think it's love. I think just being able to love people and to love the situation, or to be on the right, to look at the bright side of things. I think that being an optimist and just loving being around people and being with them.
I would just say my love of people and life, and just engaging with people and getting to know people, even if it's just for a small moment in time. That makes me feel vibrant and alive, is connecting with other people.
What do you want to learn next?
I think I need to learn how to slow down and say no. Because I say yes to everything and I need me time.
I want to learn to set boundaries and say no more often, so that I'm able to say yes to the things that really matter.
I don't worry and stew a lot, because it's foolish to worry and stew if there's nothing you can do about something. But I do have a hard time sometimes letting go and just saying, whatever, it's gonna be fine.
I want to learn to enjoy my time, take things as they come, say yes more often, and just spend the rest of my life having new experiences and enjoying every moment.
I don't know what I don't know, but I like learning something new every day. I don't know how to text. Really, I've been shown how to do it, but I haven't done it, so I forget again. I get my grandkids up to show me how to do it.
I want to learn how to knit. I have a whole bunch of very talented, crafty friends who knit and make beautiful things, and I think that the tactile experience of touching the fiber and creating something sounds wonderful.
I kind of want to expand on learning tailoring and altering clothes and that kind of thing, and that's kind of where I'm going next, is I want to kind of do that on the side to bring in a little extra money, but it's also fun for me. I never thought I was creative until I thought about even altering clothes as creative. And if somebody gives me a concept, I can run with it. It's coming up with the concepts themselves that I struggle with. So if I let somebody give me a concept of what they want, I can almost always make it work. And to find that out about myself and keep building on that, I think is going to be an amazing journey.
I actually have been considering going back to school and obtaining a master's degree in historic preservation. Because when I was younger, I wanted to be an architect, but I'm slightly obsessed with older buildings, and I'd like to see them preserved and not all replaced with modern condominiums and office buildings. I think we need to preserve a bit of our history as far as architecture is concerned.
I know that we all went to school and we learned through the history books and all of that, but I haven't seen all of it. And hopefully before people take things down, I want to be able to go experience some of that history.
I want to be able to speak Spanish. I have family that speaks Spanish a lot, and so yeah, I want to learn how to do that fluently.
I need to learn something new every day to feel like I'm not wasting my time here. What do I want to learn? I'm teaching myself piano right now.
I have a baby grand piano in my living room. And I used to play piano when I was a teenager. And then after my mom died, I inherited her baby grand, and my daughter learned how to play on it. And I want to take lessons again. I learn how to play it. It's just sitting there, and I want to do that again. And I want to learn how to Irish dance.
To play the ukulele.
I want to do voiceover work. I want to record. I want to write songs. I want to get published. And so it's like starting a new career. I am so excited to start this next version. So.
Well, something I'm working on right now is becoming a better skier again. It would be nice to learn how to actually swim.
I want to learn to scuba dive and do a lot more with botany and gardening.
I want to keep on deepening my yoga practice, and I want to learn how to do a headstand.
To embrace my age and not keep pushing back on it. I think it would be a lot more fun to just accept every wrinkle than to fight with it.
I'm in a period of transition, and so figuring out where to go next. It's time for me to start shifting my focus to things that I really want to do for me.
Self-acceptance, to embrace my body as I'm growing older and the different changes that are coming.
Let my kids who are growing up into their own life, how do I let them go and let them make decisions for themselves and create good husbands and partners?
You know, I see a lot of people that have a lot of fantastic gifts, and then I see a lot of the problems that are in our community and in our world. And I want to be able to engage people and get them brought together so that they can solve the problems that we have, and that they can learn from one another, and that they can be in true fellowship with one another.
I'm in the middle of transition. Everything in my life is changing. Stuff that I have control over and stuff I have absolutely no control over. And I'm just learning about myself